Okay, welcome to our OER. Our OER is based on bringing social media or message boards into a remote community or a isolated classroom. A teacher inside a remote community might experience a couple of issues. Now, number one, there may be limited internet resources, or the internet resources may be very expensive or may not exist at all. A second problem might be local resistance or educational leaders resisting bringing in the internet to their students. Now, that is a debate that is beyond the scope of our OER, whether that should happen or not. But what I have in front of us is I have a mock-up of a very simple system how a teacher can bring in a message board or a social media platform into her classroom that is not connected to the internet. What I have here is an old computer interfaced with a router. The computer is running its own web service software, is running Apache, is running SQL, and is running PHP. Now, what I can do with that is I can run a local intranet site, okay, that is an intranet site. And what that means is this system here allows my students to access services such as WordPress, LMS tool, Moodle, CMS tool, and PHP-BB, which is just a bulletin board system, which is just a message forum. All those three systems reside inside of this computer, okay? And the students can access this router through their own personal devices, okay? Through their own personal devices, so this device here accesses the resources on this router, which interfaces with this computer here, okay? So in this case here, this works independently from the internet. This system, okay, these message boards here, this message board here is only available inside of that teacher's classroom. So that will satisfy the problem of, number one, you don't have internet access. Well, you can still use social media with an internal intranet site. What if your principal or your community leaders are against the idea of exposing their children to the internet resources? Again, beyond the debate for this OER, but in this case here, okay, the students can only access the resources, that is your WordPress LMS, your Moodle CMS, or your PHP, your message forum site. They can only access this in the resources inside of this computer, whatever you, the teacher, decides you want them to see or to do. Okay? So again, this is one possible setup using an older computer and just your standard router. Of course, that all has to be configured to work. And if you want to expand the system, let's say you want to have the whole school hooked up to this, to your message forum system, well, that can be configured too. And but of course, you're going to need a little more hardware, a little more configuring to do. But the purpose of this video is just to introduce you to the idea of how we could bring social media or a message board system into one particular classroom, okay, using a minimum amount of hardware and with minimum resources. Let's say the internet is not even available. There is no internet. And how to overcome the, I guess, a common perception of community leaders that, we don't want our children in our remote community to access the internet. So this is one way a teacher can have the benefits of using social media or message boards, just like we do in MET, in her classroom, using a setup such as this. Thank you very much.